said you wanted my love to be a part of your game. But when I came from above, I looked around, but she turned her blame.
I'm sitting here with Ace Frehley, who needs no introduction, obviously. He's Ace Frehley. What I've done is I've asked a lot of fans for questions.
Great.
Now, these questions, I'm the messenger here, so if there's any questions you don't want to ask, just please say next.
Out, right?
Yeah, really. So I'm going to fire up a bunch of questions and see how Ace reacts to them. First one, which band can you not believe are more well-known than they currently are? Are you listening to a band that you think should be a lot bigger?
A band that does it have to be a current band?
No, anyone. Anyone from the past that you thought should have been bigger than they got?
I think the Kinks should have been a lot bigger. Pretty much all the other bands that were a big influence on me became huge. I mean, I remember Jimi Hendrix's first album, when he was opening up for the Monkees, you know, I said to myself, this is insane, this is that great. And of course he became a superstar. I saw Cream's first New York appearance, they became huge. I saw Led Zeppelin's first New York appearance at the Fillmore East, opening up for Iron Butterfly, and we all know what happened with Led Zeppelin. And all those bands, I saw their first show and I said, wow, they're gonna be huge. And I was right, you know. I was even right about me. Huge. And I was right, you know. I was even right about me.
This is a good one. Which person has inspired you more than anyone throughout your life?
Person?
Yeah. Someone you know, someone you never met.
You know who I got a lot of inspiration out? Pepe Castro. He was in a band called the Blues Magoos. They had a big hit, We Ain't Got Nothing Yet, when I was about 15 years old, 16, and I remember like laying on the beach in the Bronx, and you know they had their song was a hit on the radio, and I remember saying, this guy lives 2 blocks from me in the Bronx, and he made it, you know. And then he taught me how to play bar chords and showed me some chord stuff on the guitar that, you know, I wasn't aware of, and it's just amazing how after spending a little time with him, I said, you know, if he can do it, I can do it. And, Pepe Castro from the Blues Magoos.
Excellent.
Pepe Castro from the Blues Magoos.
Excellent. This one, what do you think of the new guy wearing your makeup?
I mean, Tommy Thayer. All right, Tommy's a good friend of mine. I think he's a good guitar player.
And the makeup thing, it's like, do you feel connected or?
Well, you know, I think that's just a business move on Paul and Gene's part. You know, I don't even think Tommy had to say what, but you know, if they told Tommy to put a circle around his face, you know, he'd probably do it. So, you know, the one thing that bothers me about Tommy wearing the makeup is that the fans seem to be really upset about it. So that bothers me. But you know, prior to the fans making a big stink about it, you know, it wasn't a big deal for me because I felt bad walking out on the guys, but I needed to move forward, you know, with my own career, and they wanted to keep doing the makeup trip. You know, initially when it was, you know, brought up to me, it was just going to be one tour. Then we did the Cycle Circus tour, then we did the Farewell tour, and, you know, 6 years later, I said, you know, I'm out. I got to move on. So that's
Sweet.
what happened.
This one, are you ever
And
going?
everybody's on their iPhones and Blackberries. I love it.
It's communication, modern times. Are you ever going to write? It's communication, modern times. Are you ever going to write a book? Are you ever going to write a book?
It's funny you said that. I just got a text from my manager saying, Ace, you got to do an autobiography. Yesterday. So
I think it's one of the most waited for books in rock and roll.
I'm going to do a book. I don't know when. You know, I figure the longer I wait, the more information I can give. So, yeah, but maybe I'll do a book next year, and then do one when I'm like 80 years old, my memoirs.
Yeah.
You know, man. But yeah, I should. It's probably time to do a book because a lot of guys that are younger than me and have been in the business a shorter span of time have done books. So maybe it's time for me to do a book.
Great. I'm really glad to hear that. Finish this question. I am better than anyone else when it comes to
making other people feel comfortable around me. I'm really good at breaking the ice and making other people feel comfortable. You know, when somebody walks in the room and they feel uptight or they don't know how to act around me, I kind of let them know everything's okay, and I'll say something stupid and put myself down to make them feel at ease.
Sweet, great talent. Paul Stanley, ever see him sucking a cock? Sweet, great talent. Paul Stanley, ever see him sucking a cock?
No. Is that what he does? It's funny. I was doing an interview yesterday on a radio station in Atlanta, Georgia, and that was one question they hit me with on the air. Is Paul Stanley homosexual? I said, you got to ask Paul Stanley. You know, I don't know. I don't judge people by their bedroom tastes. So, you know, what anybody wants to do behind closed doors is all right with me, as long as it doesn't affect me in a negative way. You know, if somebody wants to sleep with a parakeet, so be it. You know.
Which band would you buy a ticket to see?
Oh, there's a lot. Led Zeppelin, of course. The Who, the Stones. You know, bands that I grew up with and looked up to and admired. I'd buy a ticket for, you know, I wouldn't have to because it's a phone call. But, you know, if I had to buy a ticket, yeah, I'd buy a ticket for all the bands that influenced me as a kid.
Sweet.